Hey there, I'm doing some pipe restoration and got a request to show a little bit of that process as well as some of my smaller pipes. So this one is just marked Varsity. I don't know how clear that's showing up. There we go. This is a Frank Medico. The F there, small Levitt. And compare them to this ruler. This is about 4.5 inches long, and that one's even less. Bowls are also pretty small. Maybe 5/8 of an inch here. This one looks maybe a little bigger. Maybe. Here's the one I'm working on restoring, which is a little bit longer. It's a pot. It's a longer stem. I've got that taped off because I'm about to go rusticate it. I wanted to leave a smooth band. But then, there's a decent thing here. Alright, so that's the big problem. Something carved a B in it. There's also a ton of fills, so rustication is what we're going to do. And we're going to try a Dremel tool this time, instead of the other things that I've used in the past. Well, I used a fairly large ball sort of grinding attachment, and I did this ugly looking macro sort of rustication. So what I'm going to do now is add another layer on top of it. And I'm going to do that with a wire wheel. So I gotta go get that set up. Alrighty. Using a fine wire wheel. You can still see the texture underneath a little bit, but it's adding a shape more. Sort of deeper rustication sort of shape. You can see that flaw still, but oh well. And then I just did the wheel only on the shank. I stained her with some red and some brown, and then I went back over with just some 800 grit sandpaper that was even a bit worn, just to kind of make some highlights in the texture, just so the top edges would not be stained quite so dark. And I've never done something like this before, but hopefully it's a nice effect. I'm going to buff up the stem now, and I've got a little nylon brush in the Dremel that I might run through here just to make sure all the dust is out. And then I'll just have to decide what to smoke. Alright, finished her up, polished her up. There she is. Still haven't decided what to smoke in her, but we'll see. Cheers. Hey there. I've got this French pipe I fixed up, finally putting the smoke through it. Haven't decided if I'll dedicate it to something in particular. I may try around a bit, but it's got some red cake in it now. Not entirely pleased with how the rustication came out. The more I look at it, especially this side, that kind of deeper rustication I did is really evident. And there's parts of it where that part is more subtle and just gives a little bit more texture to the smaller, finer wire wheel stuff. Maybe it's the shine that does that, I don't know. But I wish I would have been a lot less obvious with that, maybe taking out more chunks in between, or done that a bit differently. So as I continue rusticating things, I'm going to play with different stuff. I guess I'm decently happy I guess with how the 800 grit rubbing, hopefully you can see this, I don't know, probably not, but the tops of it are kind of lighter, almost like the stain's been worn away just from that 800 grit sandpaper I took to it at the end. I kind of liked how that turned out and think it might turn out better on a more coral style rustication, something like a Savinelli Capri. So I'll try that in the future, but I'm done. Here it is. Enjoying some red cake. Cheers. So I couldn't leave well enough alone. Here's the pipe. I went back with the Dremel and did a lot more texture on it so that it would be not so noticeable, more uneven. Wouldn't be just a real clear, like, oh, here's where he took and went with the Dremel. And then rewire wheeled and restained, and need to, I'm going to probably throw some wax or something on it. Usually I don't do that with rustics, but I can't find my shellac, so I'll probably end up throwing a little bit of wax on there, and that'll be that. Hey there. Finally got this polished up a bit, some wax on it. I like the rustication pattern a bit better now, a bit more irregular and bumpy and less clear channels. Still shiny-ish on the stem and smooth band and other things. Shiny top. I'm smoking a bowl of Galwith and Hogarth's Bright CR Flake, which I've been enjoying. I'm going to try a few maybe of their Virginia offerings and some of the Lakeland flavored offerings. So that's the pipe finished up. Cheers.